I'm Anne Hulst. I'm the Regional Landcare Facilitator for the Western Region in New South Wales. I've become really interested in what makes people make changes. A lot of people are really passionate about the changes that they've made, and they're really passionate about wanting to improve their country as well as being profitable and having a good lifestyle. The biggest issue in our landscape out here is maintaining productive enterprises whilst protecting the natural resources. So that's environmental services like water and soils and soil health. But production has got to be tied up in there, because these are managed landscapes out here, and they're managed landscapes on a big scale. And everything that Landcare does has to recognise that.
Landcare groups in the Western Division differ from Landcare groups in inside country in that they need to have that dual focus, which is environmental outcome and a profitability outcome.
I think a network of people who are like-minded is the key to change.
It's a good place to sometimes even air some of your ideas, put some of your ideas into the meeting, and people sometimes, you get a chuckle at the meeting, and sometimes you get a, oh yeah, it could be a good idea. So no, the Landcare group's been really good. To bounce ideas around and have ideas bounced at you, it's really good.
Definitely being involved with a Landcare group and then going on and being involved with CMA training sessions. You meet like-minded people, but you also just pick up, I wouldn't say there's one idea that we've taken outright. We've taken little bits of ideas from people. You have to be prepared to talk to lots of people, try lots of things, take what you need from it and ditch things that are not going to work in your environment or for you, or you're not that sort of person.
We've all got an opinion, and the beauty of it is you can take the advice and then you do with what you can afford and what's practical.
Before the Landcare came, we had a barbecue once a month at a different person's place. They supplied the sheep, probably you were eating your own, and others bought a salad, and you'd have this very same discussion, and it was magic. But then, the girls fell out, but one did too much and one did pavlovas and all that sort of thing, and sort of ruined the whole show. But then Landcare came up, and that helped all the younger ones go for that.
We kicked off in a range care group, and that was a local Tulpa range care group which was sort of established 20 odd years ago, and it, I guess, gave us a base of positive outward thinking. The range care group sort of expanded into a best prac group, which probably gave us a greater outlook on other industries and what was out there.
The Landcare group here, it was one of the very first range care groups that started out here, and it came with people needing to do something about invasive native scrub. And so it basically was a body that helped people try ideas and learn more.
When you're working with people that have the same ideals and they're looking for answers, it's rewarding, so that you're all working for the same goal. And basically we all want to be out here.
We're a pretty dynamic group, and we're a pretty social group as well. We help each other with concepts and ideas, and we also have meetings on different members' properties, and we quite often do a bit of a tour when we're there, have a look around, see what's going on, and kick tyres and look at fences and sometimes livestock and so on. So that all those sort of things are a great input into your own, take-home ideas.
The fact is, you're working with 20 people's thoughts, not your own. You get isolated if you don't have something to discuss it with. That's I don't know whether I'm up the wrong tree or not, but that's the way I see it. I just love it, yes. Yeah.
So often Landcare in the West has been about people learning together and going through changes in their own skill set together in a supported way. But really people learn together, support each other, and then they implement things on their own properties because the scale of those properties is so big.
It's a big thing to take up something that's new and put it into place and make it work. And
we would have to sell up and move years ago if we weren't open to change, and if Dad wasn't at the forefront of doing a lot of those things.
And so sometimes the benefits are it improves people's lifestyle, other times it's been a factor that's allowed people to stay on the land when otherwise they might not have been able to stay on the land.
If we can help people avoid some of those mistakes or make the change process easier, I think it's very worthwhile.
So a lot of the workshops we've held here at the house simply because it involves our family, so that we're all learning together. So it's not just the younger ones go in and learn a new trick and then have to go and convince the oldies.
Although people are always busy, it's hard for people to get away and get to workshops. There's always competing priorities. But when people do and it's fun and they have a great time and they learn something along the way as well, and they might plan to go home and put something into practice, it's really good. It's a really good feeling.
Landcare group that I'm involved in is a big thing. Like, I rub shoulders with people from Cobar and Burke area, and it's good to go to their place and then talk to them about different things.
It's a good way of communicating with other people that want to get ahead on the land, and I find it very, very enjoyable going to the meetings and whatnot.
What we've really done is used it as a body that if we needed a land management body, then that was there. And so Landcare, I guess, has been a group that evolves as we need it to.
In the Western Catchment, there's this oft repeated phrase that we do things differently.
We've chucked the traditional planning and the fact that we do this at this sort of time of year and that at another time. We are tending to now to look at the land and the animals, and we act on what it's telling us. So it's sort of like it's speaking to us and telling us which direction we should be doing.
And of course it has a big impact on the area. If everyone's doing a little project like-minded, then it's got to control the whole problem.
Landcare's got a great relationship with the Western CMA. My position's hosted by them. So we work, it's a bit of a win-win. We work in with the CMA, like I tried to take any benefits I can from the CMA to benefit, my Landcare people. I suppose that's how I see them. And in turn, the CMA benefits too, in that they can get their information and what they're doing out to groups of people. There's quite a symbiotic relationship between Catchment Management Authority and Landcare as such, and that's sort of brought forth through the support of the Regional Landcare Facilitator. Some of the relationships that I've formed personally through Landcare and through working with the Landcare community have been inspiration, and they've been very exciting and they've been entertaining and challenging, but also a lot of fun and ultimately very rewarding.
My views on
the Landcare network is a bunch of amazing people, really. There's a lot of very clever people and there's a lot of very inventive people. It's a lot of people that get together. When they get together, they just have a great time. And the Landcare network is extremely important, like the social function is extremely important. So it's, whilst Landcare is about being a productive enterprise and it's about looking after ecosystem services, it's got to be fun. It really has to be fun.
Landcare means to me a direction to go. Without Landcare, I wouldn't know what resources are available and who to ask the questions to. So with Landcare, I have that.